You are now listening to Oversaturated, the podcast, hosted by Johnnie and Ralph. Now let's get it.
Welcome to another episode of Oversaturated, the podcast, where we discuss music, movies, pop culture, and everything in between. I'm Johnny.
And I'm Ralph.
Welcome to episode number 182.
Man, 182. I'm Ralph Luciano. I'm still on my soprano bag. I'm just making up shit now.
Nah, talk about it. New listeners, please follow us on all social media. Facebook, just search Oversaturated the podcast. Twitter is Oversat Podcast. Instagram is Oversat the podcast. And our email is oversatpodcast@gmail.com. And please be sure to check out our website, oversatthepod.com. Anything you need to know about OS is there.
Yes, sir. And if you want to follow us individually, I'm the Mind of Ralph on Instagram and Twitter.
On Twitter, I'm JON 2_B. On Instagram, I'm JBS_ESL_AAMU. Holla at us. And we want to shout out WDJY out in Atlanta, 99.1 FM. Shout out to OS Gang in Atlanta, man.
Yes, sir. Johnny. How are you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Great.
Kind of pull a double duty today, but it's lit. It's lit.
Yeah, we here, man. It's here to provide content. We gonna be down for a week, but we just want to make sure you give you a fresh perspective, fresh ideas, fresh topics. They're gonna be a little bit evergreen, nothing too time centric, if that's such a term.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, it can be. I feel like you could put centric on anything and it turns into a word.
Turns into a word. All right, I like that. Man.
Money centric.
Man, we cooking.
We cook centric.
Hey, yo. All right. But to answer the question that I posed to you, I'm good as well. Yeah, like Johnny said, we are pulling the double duty. Like, this is a episode back to back. So if you listen to 181, you getting us on 182 in the same time space, same time frame. So it ain't really too much change in our world right now.
Yeah, not for real. Not for real. All right, real quick. This is a random question I just had off the top of the head, right?
Yeah.
But this is not off the dome. This is not off the dome. If you're at a party, right? Mm-hmm. Well, let's not say party. It's kickback. Mm-hmm. You're at somebody's house, kicking it, everybody drinking, playing the game, whatever. Mm-hmm. But there's one individual who's just hella irate, just going crazy, talking reckless to people, just doing everything. How do you approach that situation?
Well, one, there's a lot of factors that goes into this. Whose house is this that I'm at?
A friend's, a close friend of yours.
A close friend of yours. And who is this person to said friend?
So you know this person. Mm-hmm. You've met this person before, but this is a close friend of your friends whose house you're at. So you and this person that's being irate, y'all aren't like friends because y'all don't really know each other. Mm-hmm. But he's the friend of your friend.
Okay. It depends on where the disrespect is, right? Mm-hmm. It doesn't necessarily have to be a disrespect of me personally, but if it's something like blatantly disrespecting somebody or the person of the house, that's where maybe you would hear something from me.
Got you.
But if you just being an asshole, that's on you, my guy.
Yeah, I feel that. Now, if some of the disrespect was directed at you, mm-hmm. Just on some just random shit, then what?
I go to the floor with you. Don't worry about it. I ain't worried about none of that.
Yeah,
I match energies. I'm that type.
Got it.
I'm that person. I never come into the room or never come with that on my brain, right?
Of course.
If you start with me, okay, I see where we're going.
I feel that.
I match energies. I go straight to that.
I'm not the confrontation guy. I hate that shit.
I'm not a confrontation guy. I do match energy though. Like I match it. Like if you come to me like directly to me in mind with it,
yeah.
All right, I'm on your ass now.
I feel that. Mm-hmm. I'll wait to see if it dies down because sometimes people could be on one, maybe they drinking too much, but then they like kind of check themselves. I've seen that happen. But if it continues, then I gotta address it. I gotta be like, hey, fam, like,
But then
you
like,
lit, like I need you to calm down.
Yeah, you have a very sound logic with that. I can't rock with disrespect though. I don't care if you drunk, high, indifferent. Like you can catch this chick, and I ain't talking about physical check. I'm just saying before it even goes there.
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying like you can get checked, and then you can think about it later. Like you know what I'm saying. But disrespect can't ride in that way.
I feel you. I feel
like you just can't tolerate it.
At some point, a conversation in the moment needs to be had because the shit got to stop.
Now, sometimes like tension can be too high, but this is not a tension like a situation that has a lot of tension either. Like this is just some wild stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we gonna stop it before it goes to tension and nobody can be heard.
Nah, that I feel that.
Yeah, you got it. Sometimes you just got to check that shit
immediately,
bro.
But no, I was just curious.
No, I feel you. But let's get to off the dome since we already in the
right.
Since we already there, right? I got you right.
Yep.
I think we've had this question before, but I'll pose it again. So many times you hear a dope song and then you see the visual, you be like, I'm not saying the song is trash. You know, I won't get into my after seven bag. I won't even go there. I won't go there. But what song that have you heard and then you finally seen the visual? You was like, that ain't it. Like it don't necessarily like just change your view of the song, but you was like, this ain't it though.
If and if.
Really? Like that, but I thought it matched it.
No, it matched it, but it's still trash. But see, it's still trash.
But what did you expect?
I don't know. I didn't expect to see pregnant women on court.
Okay, it was the pregnant one.
I didn't expect to see that.
Okay, but I was about to say it definitely matched the lyrics of the song. Like,
man,
it was like it was there, right?
It was EBT all throughout there.
Oh man.
I'm sorry. That's
red lights twerking at the. Twerking at the headlights. I'm twerking the red lights.
I expected to see nothing but twerking, right? Probably on top of cars. I did not expect to see pregnant women.
It's too ratchet.
I didn't.
Speaking of timeout, right? I'm gonna get to
you.
I'm gonna get to you. Okay. I went to a day party last week. We talked about it, right? Now, day parties have a tendency to have sophisticated ratchet attached to them, right? Of course. You know what you get with day parties.
Absolutely.
But yet we're here in St. Louis. There's no such thing. There's no such thing. When I say this may have been the most ratchet situation I have.
Wow.
Listen, and you know me, Johnny. You know me. I'm down for the. I'm down. You'll find me in these hole in the walls if you look hard enough. I'll be there. But that one,
it's true.
I was not. It's like I wasn't expecting this.
You know what it is though?
Yeah.
The first day party of the year. Listen, people. It's been winter.
Listen.
It's been winter, fall,
and that energy was definitely in the.
Come
building.
on, man.
Like it was like the energy was different, and it was like I pulled up. You know, you see what I had on last week. You know what I'm saying? But compared to,
oh no,
I was like, oh, I'm overdressed. Like the hell. I thought I went day party appropriate. No,
not for that one.
No,
not for the first day party of the year. You didn't.
Like, bro, it was, bro. Well, you know the chicks when they do the push up twerk, like the.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, it was like that. I was like, it was too much for me because I wasn't expecting it there. Now, if you took me to my hole in the wall,
then,
I'm like,
you know what you get.
It happens. It happens.
Nah,
you was at the day party.
You was in a different mindset.
Oh yeah, I was.
You know what that is?
What?
Growth.
Exactly. Like I go to my spots for that, but I just didn't know.
I wasn't ready.
But shout out to the wife. All right, let me. Can't be talking about push up twerks and did not mention the wife.
Yeah, no, you're right.
But my off the dome. My answer to the question is actually Earth Gang. Earth Gang and Music Soul Child got a song called Amen, which was a single off of Ghetto Guys, right?
Okay.
You remember?
Yeah.
I was actually going through Earth Gang's like Apple Music, and you know, real sneaky things about that. Like you're like, oh, this song got a video?
Didn't know.
Yeah. So I clicked on it. I was like, oh my God, this is disgusting.
Damn, what was wrong with it?
It was Earth Gang and a choir. They had on like choir robes. They was like in the sound studio, and then music looked like you could tell music was literally lip syncing his chorus. It was just nasty. Like it was just disgusting.
Interesting.
Yeah, it just didn't do nothing for me. I expected more because of the video and the content. I just expected more. It's like you can tell they shot that shit in a day.
Damn. Now I want to see it.
I mean, now it's kind of like, I mean, like you said, F and F, right? Like, but that matched the song. This did not match what I thought could be for the video. I mean, for the song. That visual just.
Which song was it again?
Amen.
Oh wow!
Because you remember it was like it had the music Soul Child sample.
Yeah.
And then he's singing on the hook as well.
Right.
But it's I think it's the single off of Ghetto Guys, off of that last album.
Interesting.
And I saw it, I was just like, oh.
And you tapped it on Apple Music.
Yeah, and I watched it. I was like, oh, nah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go check it out.
I was like, oh, no. And I mean, I've seen worse videos, but if you're talking about what my perception of what this song is, I'm not saying it's the greatest thing I've ever seen. I mean, everything heard, but I just thought it was a good song. You know what I'm saying? And then when I saw that the visuals off, it felt lazy. You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
It had no imagination.
You know the interesting part about your question, period, like 2023, right? Music videos are clearly still being shot and done, but nobody's really checking for them. Like,
not at all.
I only watched F and F because the song blew up so fast, and like, I mean, it's a good song, right?
It felt like it was a viral sensation.
Yeah,
so
like I had to check it out, right?
It was pushed in front of your face. I felt
you checked that out because you just saw it on, you just happened to see it on Apple Music.
Yeah.
Like
that would have never came up if I had never looked at it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's interesting that that's where we are with music videos.
And we talked about Ghetto Guys. This was last year, bro. That album came out last year.
Early last year, too.
It was this time last year.
That's crazy. No, that's what's up though. Shout out to them.
Shout out Burger Gang.
All right. So for my off the dome, I'm getting straight to it.
Gotcha.
If you could choose one rapper to promote your fashion brand, who would it be? Now, why you need to ponder?
Nah, I actually I'm trying to narrow it down.
Okay, between a couple.
Yeah. I'm thinking I'm gonna go ASAP Rocky. He hot out here in these streets right now. And ASAP is a fashion guy.
I'm not mad at
He's
that.
Rihanna's baby daddy. D's. Like no, you can't plural baby daddy. But you got two.
Yeah.
I just wanted to.
You wanted to know that it's multiple.
Yeah, you got two.
Shout out to ASAP.
Yeah. But no, I think ASAP is a fashionable guy. Like he kind of puts that shit on. Maybe not anything that I would often wear, but if I wanted somebody that's kind of like savvy in that space, I would use ASAP.
Interesting. So, in thinking about this question, the one person that came to mind for me, honestly, was Lotto. Ooh. I feel like Lotto she's real hot. She hotter than fish grease right now.
Yeah.
And she has the woman demographic. It's like if you want to sell something, at least from what I'm learning about just marketing, just watching videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Target women, and I feel like women really fool with Lotto on her music.
Yeah.
So to have Lotto maybe create a song a la Fatty Girl or something like that.
Yeah.
Rocking the brand, shouting the brand out.
Yeah.
I feel like that. I feel like it would go. I feel like it was go.
I like that.
Yeah. So I think Lotto would be able to promote a fashion brand really well, and I think it would sell if she did. I really do feel that. Now, has she done it? I don't think so. But she is really fashionable as well. When she goes to these events, when she performs, when she goes to the Grammys or wherever else, she put that shit on. So
and let me use my other two examples, right?
Yeah.
I would have said Gunna, but that was before everything kind of happened, right?
Yeah.
Because he became more of a fashion guy. I know about him like putting on Mary J. Blige boots before I know like naming his songs for real like that. You know what I'm saying? And then the other person was Joey Badass. Okay.
I like the Joey Badass. You know, for the longest I felt like, well, at least at one point, I felt like I was getting him and A$AP Rocky mixed up.
I can. No, I can't see that.
You can't
I was about to agree with you, but I was like, I mean, they both from New York.
Not recently,
but it's like they both dark skinned, they both from New York. Like, but it's like I don't think they sounded like musically either. So that's why I was like,
no, not music wise. I mean, just looks wise. Yeah.
It could happen, but not for me.
But
no, people, that was off the dome. What was my question? What music video has ruined the song for you?
Damn, that's funny as hell.
Damn, that's nasty.
It's crazy, but it happens.
Disgusting.
It's life. That's life. And then for my off the dome, if you could choose one rapper to promote your fashion brand, who would it be? Let us know.
OS Gang, what's happening? What's up, family and kid folk? We got a few things on the OS docket. We'll just see how it happens, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. First thing first. It was a heated debate online Curtis 50 Cent Jackson and Dwayne Michael Carter. Some people call him Lil Wayne. People have jumped out the window and made this versus matchup just happen out of the blue. They said, and the overwhelming takes have been that, well, it's not an overwhelming take. I just think that the takes that 50 Cent could match up properly with Lil Wayne and actually get him up out of here has been the running theme. Johnny, what do you have for that?
First of all, do you know where this came from? Where this stemmed from?
That New York nigga, right?
Who?
Low on Twitter.
I thought it was DJ Envy.
Oh, same thing.
But maybe DJ Envy got it from him.
Possibly.
Maybe.
Possibly.
Okay, got it. Well, anyway, that's neither here nor there.
But I mean, run with the theory. Run with the envy. I like that.
Because DJ Envy wholeheartedly believes that 50 Cent can beat Wayne in the verses. I, Johnny, do not agree with that sentiment.
Okay.
I don't even really think this is a good matchup. I feel like Wayne's catalog is too deep. Not saying it would. I don't think it would be a landslide, but it would be a significant win with Wayne over 50. 50 could get a good solid 7, maybe 7 rounds. But I don't really see 50 Cent I don't see 50 Cent having a deep enough catalog to really beat Wayne in the verses.
I mean, the only one that made sense was him and T.I., right? And we gotten away from that because 50 didn't want to battle T.I., Busta, challenged T.I., and then we just left it alone, right? We left it alone after that.
Right.
So now the idea of 50 Cent coming back outside and doing the verses, it just had the social media streets in the uproar, and then now with Envy saying that, I don't agree with it either, but I think 50 has his monstrous hits, but Wayne got a plenty of them. And this is my rebuttal to that argument, right? How can Lil Wayne lose to 50, but more people got Lil Wayne beating Jay-Z?
That's a great point.
Like,
that is a great
niggas have said Lil Wayne will get Jay-Z out the paint if we talking about hits. So how in the flying fuck can 50 Cent beat him?
I don't know.
So that means you telling me 50 Cent can beat a lot of niggas then, if that's the case.
Okay, let me ask you. The same people that said Wayne could beat 50.
Sorry. I mean, BJ.
Yeah, BJ.
No, I mean, I think that's a sound argument because you're talking about Lil Wayne's hits translate a little bit more to everybody compared to what Jay-Z's is, right?
But what I'm saying, the same people that said that Wayne could beat Jay-Z, are these the same people saying 50 can beat Wayne? Because
I don't believe that, but I'm just going off of the entire scope of the arguments that I've seen.
Got it.
Because if people have said this, enough can believe it to be true. I think Wayne can give Jay-Z a lot of flack, a lot of love. Like, I mean, not a lot of love, a lot of flack, a lot of trouble. If we're talking about hit for hit battles, I agree with that. So how does 50 and I'm talking about people have said he's getting Wayne clearly out of here. Absolutely. I was like, so what are we talking about, right? Like because we clearly know that mixtapes and features are a part of the
fair
battle,
game.
right?
Fair game.
50 doesn't have features like that.
My biggest question is, what is it that 50 Cent has after Get Rich or Die Trying that can continue to stack up?
That's not a commercial hit, right? Because he got a few of them. Don't get me wrong. Like, he got the G-Unit stuff. He got the thing he did with Game. Like, if he want to say, if you want to go the songwriter route, I wrote this, he can play Hate or Love It. I'm not sure if Hate or Love It really beats anything Lil Wayne got.
I don't think so.
But, I mean, look, Hate or Love It is a phenomenal song. Don't get me wrong. But
can anything in G-Unit's catalog beat Wayne?
Maybe Smile or something.
You think so?
No. Because if he go the girl route, Lil Wayne got that.
That's what I'm saying.
If he go How to Love, How to Love would be Smile.
Easy.
No, okay. How about Best Friend? I think Best Friend wins. You're my best friend. I was around all the time.
Against what though? What will we put up against it? Lollipop.
Oh shit!
See, look.
More people would go with Lollipop because it's the bigger hit, the way bigger hit actually.
You don't think it's the better song? I feel like if you played them back to back, Lollipop would hit harder.
Yeah.
It's and
I'm
live?
not the biggest fan of Lollipop. That's probably
Oh,
why. That's where that's coming
okay,
from.
okay,
It's kind of
okay.
like you remember when T.I. made Whatever You Like. It's like remember that era of rap. I was like, this is disgusting because I know y'all could rap. Like, why are we doing this? But Lollipop is a good song. It's just my personal. Yeah.
I like Whatever You Like too.
No, it's not bad, but it's like you know these are your guys and they going pop a commercial. It hurts.
Yeah,
it hurts to see.
Whatever You Like versus Smile.
I mean, but that's not the same. That's T.I. and Whatever You Like.
I know that's what I'm saying.
Whatever You Like.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I tried. I was trying, but I can't rock with that.
I can't see it.
Like,
I can't see it.
He had a better chance with T.I.
50 Cent don't even want them problems. Y'all saying the masses are saying this.
Right.
So
when Wayne get out there, and Wayne gotta. Well, you know what? I've been wrong before, so I'll just be wrong on this one if it ever happens, right? Mm-hmm. Wayne is on a recent string of stuff too, right? What's 50 can pull from his recent string of nothing that ain't a Power theme song, that ain't a Raising Kanan theme song. Like I don't want to hear the BMF theme song. I'm good.
I don't know the Raising Kanan theme song. Is it fire?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie.
It's fire?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is. Like it's, but it's a cheat code. It got a sample. Like you know what I'm saying. Like if you hear the sample, you like do 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 do.
If we get into the later rounds and 50 plays the Power theme song, he might.
I mean, hey, Big Rich Town should definitely be played.
Look, but if you gotta pull that should be saying something. That should be saying something. But
50, right? Like 50 is definitely one of those artists that you know he shook the culture when he got in. We always talk about
absolutely.
It. Sent ripple effects throughout hip hop. He has 20 hits.
Mm-hmm.
20 hits. Like he has that. 30.
True.
I think he got 30. But we start creeping into the water after that. No. And then how much? And I'm thinking the argument is that people are holding 50 Cent's mixtape catalog to a higher regard. When Lil Wayne put out album quality mixtape stuff.
About to say.
50 didn't put out a mixtape after, Get Rich or Die Trying.
Right.
Lil Wayne consistently put out mixtapes and other things like that.
No ceilings alone. Not even saying no like I mean I love No Ceilings, right? But you got the Drought. Like you got all of those mixtapes too. But if we talk, let's just say No Ceilings. No Ceilings probably got like 3 or 4 that could beat 50 Cent like album cuts. So
I ain't saying that.
Like I'm just like it's
my
just,
name Bennett, I ain't in it.
I'm just saying like that's a wild and crazy argument. That's a wild and crazy argument, bro.
You gotta love Twitter, man. They start matching up a lot of stuff. I was like, 50 Cent and Lil Wayne don't even go in the same sentences, bro. And that's not a slight against like it's not like I can't even compare them. Like 50 Cent and T.I. made the better matchup because of the albums and the like the string of hits because they was outside at the same time. Like Lil Wayne arguably is still outside right now, and if he dropped the album, people would listen.
It's true.
Compared to 50 Cent or T.I., just using them as an example.
Yeah, and I mean I try to listen to albums now. Or hip hop albums now that come out just off the strength that it's hip hop, but I don't want to listen to a 50 Cent album in 2023. I don't.
Absolutely not.
Wayne though, I listen to a Wayne album in 2023
easily.
So yeah, man. But shout out to both of them. But 50 Cent is not beating Wayne in the verses ever.
I'll get cussed out on every platform. I don't care about that. Y'all can niggas argue about that. Fuck that.
They probably still go crazy on that 3-6 Mafia
man,
shit.
but Lil Wayne, like 50 Cent being Lil Wayne though.
Come on, man.
I'm like, he can get. I ain't saying, like we said, no landslide, no slaughter. Mm-hmm. But you're telling me he's going to beat him, and they say convincingly too.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Okay, this will be the last question before we move up off of this. What do you think is like 50's like ace in the hole? Like what's go like the one that's gonna get him like an absolute like W, like the song he got?
That is a great question.
Okay. How about this?
Okay.
What Up Gangsta versus BMJR? What you doing?
Oh, I like that matchup. Oh, I'm biased toward Birdman Jr. I ain't gonna lie. That's my shit. But even though that's my shit, ooh, I think What Up Gangsta might edge.
It's an edge. But it's because it's like this. This is how I view What Up Gangsta, right? Is the intro to a classic album.
Yeah.
Birdman Jr. doesn't lead off the Carter, and I don't even think. I know Birdman Jr. is heard to a high regard when you talk about Wayne, but I don't know if it's like one of his top songs. What Up Gangsta is one of 50's top songs, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so that makes perfect sense. Right?
That's the only reason I'm edging it. Like edge.
But that even goes to show you. If that's 50 Cent's debut album, that's one of his best songs. That shit didn't continue. Wayne had hella albums and mixtapes after. What is that? The Carter?
No, that was the first Carter.
The first Carter. What
okay.
We talk about 50 Cent edging Wayne off of
his hardest song.
Edging,
respectfully,
like
his hardest song.
What we talking about?
Woo.
What we talking about?
Hey man,
50 Cent cannot be Lil Wayne. It's point blank.
Okay.
It's nothing else.
I tried. I was just trying to see what can work.
I appreciate that because no, sorry New York, but not sorry.
Right, sorry, but not sorry. Hey man, let's try this on for size, man. We don't really get too personal here on OS, but we go try a little life topic, right?
Yeah.
Me and Johnny are both the same age. You know, I'm a year older, but same age. Millennial, mid-30s.
All that.
We often get into these spaces where we struggle with our adulthood, right? Grown-ass men, but you still fight for your respect for every day. How do you feel about that? Like when you've grown, you matured, you went through, things personally, and you still have to fight for respect for those that like raised you, like family members and things like that.
Mm-hmm. It's an interesting thing because it's not only from the parents side, right? It's from aunts, uncles, older cousins, anybody that was an adult when you were a kid, right?
Yeah.
Because they've known you, they've seen you grow since birth. Mm-hmm. And I think sometimes it's difficult for those individuals to see you as the adult that you've become. All your life experiences. Excuse me. Things you went through in college, like things that helped shape you. Mm-hmm. You as an adult, right? And at least in the black community, a lot of our elders don't want to recognize us as adults. It's like, you can't treat me the same way that you did 20, 25 years ago because I'm not that same person.
Yeah.
You have to talk to me. We have to have conversations as adults now. You can't talk to me like I'm an adolescent because I'm not. We should be able to have talks about different things, different adult, mature things now.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you that before we get, before I get into anything I think about it. Do you think that they still mean well when they do those things?
It's a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
From my encounters, at least with some of the people that I grew up with, that have known me.
Yeah.
No, like, I mean, it's an interesting thing. It's like, and maybe like people that may now have seen me since I was a kid, but like it's just like it's interesting. It's so interesting because I don't know how to navigate it. They don't know how to navigate it. Once I figure it out and try to explain, like, things are different now. They don't want to hear it. Like, it's weird. It's weird, bro.
And sometimes, remember how this kind of ties into your off the dome before the off the dome, right? Mm-hmm. Oftentimes, those conversations feel so disrespectful.
Yeah. True.
You have to check.
Toward them.
No.
Oh.
To me, the person that has to receive this like you berating me or treating me like a child or not recognizing the man that stands in front of you and not the child that you reared or the person that you raised. Mm-hmm. Those are two different things. So it's like when I buck back at you or I give you that, like, hey, look, I'm a grown man. Like, hey, what we ain't doing is that.
Right.
Because sometimes you have to check family members in that way.
True. You
have to. So that kind of, like I said, lines up with what you said. But I think that sometimes I think they mean well, but it's like they're stuck in the time, like a time lapse. Like they see you still as that kid, and they never recognize, like, you went through things, the experiences that you had, heartache, the pain, the learning of how life works. Like,
Right.
you know, like those things. I had to learn that. Like, yeah, you might have raised me, but I had to learn a lot of things. And married, you know, some people have children. Me and Johnny don't have children, but it's just, you know, I've learned some things. I should be able to stand on my own without you coming at me like as that. So it's like you often have to snatch that respect from them. And it often comes in like the most pressure bust pipes.
Oh, type of thing. Yeah. Because I mean, from our perspective, we were raised to respect your elders, you know, talk a certain way. But at some point, it's like
I'm an elder to somebody, so that's the other part,
right? But see, do you think it's that way because yes, like you said, we've gone through our own things, we've gone through heartache. We were raised a certain way. We were able to take those tools and apply them to our own lives, where we are the people we are today. But because they didn't see that, they only see the person that we are. Like maybe they still see that teenage boy or the, you know, the adolescent child. They didn't see us go through those types of things. So do you think that plays a part into them not treating us like the adults we are?
It depends on the relationship, right? Because if we're talking about straight parents, that's one thing. Because I feel like, especially if you have that rapport, that relationship, they always see you.
Yeah.
They've always seen you. And sometimes it's hard for them to let go. And they've said that. It's hard for me to let go of my baby face. Like, you know, my baby. You know, it's hard for them to let go of that.
Yeah.
So they often still going to be in parent mode no matter how old you are.
True. That's true.
But, you know, you have to respect the line of the fact. I mean, that line of demarcation is real. Like, hey, you understand, like, hey, the water's real blue right here. Like, because I'm grown. Like, you can't come out here and say these things to me, because if it was any other person, you'll respect it as such.
Word. It's so interesting because times change, right? So when our parents were our age, it was a different time. It was a different time period, right?
Yeah.
So them growing up and becoming the adults that they are now, or were when they were our age, it's different for them than it is for us now. Like they didn't have the same types of, I want to say like liberties and freedoms, like access to technology or just access. Access. They didn't have the same access to things that we have now, right? So we're maturing differently. We might be maturing a little faster just because of the access that we have to things. So mid to late 20s, we've already experienced so many different types of things. It's like, why are you coming at me this way? Because I've done things, I've experienced things, I've gone through things. So it's like, what is it? And when you try to explain that, they still like, oh, you ain't been through nothing. You don't know what you're talking about. All that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
it's weird because I never. What's their aha moment to them where they feel like you're an adult now?
Ooh,
I mean, because
that's
it's hard.
A great question.
Because it's hard for you to even realize the aha, I'm an adult moment sometimes. Because Johnny, we're grown, mortgages, bills, taxes. That's the life that we live right now.
I have that epiphany at least once a week. Like, damn, I'm an adult.
But yes, but how many times can you revert back to your 16-year-old self? You're like, damn,
it's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
And you talking about damn near double your age, like back then, like, you know.
So, and I think this is what you were trying to ask. So the same way that we have that epiphany about ourselves, like, oh snap, like this, I'm an adult. This is real. Do our elders have that same epiphany about us? So like they've had their epiphany when they became adults. Do they ever get the epiphany that we're adults? Like what was that defining moment that hit them to let them know that we're the adults now? That we're adults now.
I don't know. It depends on, I guess, the milestone that they perceive adulthood to be.
Oh, that's a great point.
It has to be, are they married? Are you married? Do you have children? Do you have a house? Do you have a car? Does it depend on the success level at your job? Like what?
Yeah, did you hit a certain salary?
Yeah. Are you self-sufficient enough?
Wow. Cause I mean, I see on social media all the time and shit. Even I do this sometimes too. Like I still go ask my mom for shit. Ask her about things like,
look,
how do I go about
listen,
doing such and such?
If you
like,
ask your mama for $20, that's between you and her.
Well,
like,
no, that's true.
No,
that's true.
I get
you
what
right.
but I get
you
what
right.
you're saying, though,
but,
right?
Yeah.
Like you just wanted to make it seem like, hey,
Come on now. Come on.
I love my mama, but I ain't doing that.
No,
like,
facts.
you know what I'm saying? But no,
she's done enough. She's done enough. I love her. I love you, mother.
Love you, mama Singleton. But no, it's the thing is just it depends on what they perceive their milestone of adulthood to be for you. Mm-hmm. So it's like whatever makes them feel like a grown ass adult is what you should probably hit. Then they'll probably start to treat you as such.
Right.
But they feel like you lacking, they're gonna treat you like you lacking.
Absolutely.
So I think that's where it comes from. And then like even me getting a little bit more personal, I just think like, you know, since the death of my parents, I kind of view those relationships a little different, right?
The relationship with your parent?
No, well, that's obvious. But I mean like the relationship with like aunts and uncles and got it. You know, those older people that are around them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's one of them. Like I don't.
And I imagine
it's like this is the thing, right? Your parents are the ones that can check you.
Yeah.
But they're not here, so I don't feel like I can be checked anymore.
Got it. Okay, I see what you're saying.
So it's kind of like I'm a full grown ass adult, and nobody can really talk me down.
Got it. And see, with that, they're like the layer between you and then let's just say the uncle or whatever, right? It's not there anymore. So so it's now it's directly to you, and it's like, ooh, the filter not here. And you hear,
exactly.
and it's like, hey yo,
it's up.
I'm
grown, bro. Like I'm grown.
No, I get
the person that you feel like you can call and check me is not here because that's not the buffer anymore.
Right. Damn. No, I get that.
I know. So and I guess that's why a little bit of, you know, my personal has been affected by it because it's like, yo, like I'm grown, my boy. And one thing we not gonna do, like, you know what I'm saying, like that's not what we here for. But you know, like that buffer that kind of keeps me in a childhood state is not here to keep me there.
Right, exactly. Oh man.
Bro, I'll be swimming in deep waters when I go to therapy, bro.
I get it. I get it, because that's. But see that again, being adults, right? That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Nobody prepares us for this emotional shit, man. Mm-mm. Like it's crazy how we have to figure this out as we go.
If you realize that a good percentage of your childhood traumas bleed over into your romantic relationships when you got older.
What?
If you understood that,
fam, I've been through a divorce. Yes. I'm just saying. Look, we getting personal, right?
Yes,
like this shit came out.
Yes. But that happens. If you understood that childhood traumas lead to you how you react in romantic relationships,
it's real.
You would move a lot different. Lot of niggas don't go to therapy. That's why they out here hurting.
No, that's real. That's big facts. Big facts. Listen, man. Shit, I need to start going back at some point because look, I was at a point where my therapist at the time, he was like, you know, you really don't need to come back. But I was like, nope, we're gonna keep these sessions because I just need to. I feel like I need to.
Personal maintenance. It's just like you going to get your hair cut. Like it's like you going to
Facts.
the spa.
Yes.
No. Mental maintenance is a real thing.
Yes.
So whenever you feel like I don't need therapy, that is the day you really had your fucking breakthrough.
Man, what?
I promise you. I promise you, people.
Yeah, man. So, damn, that's crazy.
I know. Well, we had enough here. Let's get to the silly stuff right now because that was deep.
Man, what? Golly.
But
shout out to y'all for listening.
Man, we appreciate you guys. But we got one more topic. Cultural Hall of Fame, right? Now, this is a concept that me and Johnny kind of cooked up, right? There are certain people and personalities, athletes or whatever, right, that just have contributed to the overall culture, but yet they'll never probably get properly recognized in their field of expertise. Like they'll never be considered a Hall of Famer here or there or whatever. They may not even be like the complete top of their, you know, their position or whatnot, but yet they have a staying power with us. because they were for the culture. When you for the culture, you won the people.
True.
So let's get into some shit, man. My first person, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to induct into the Cultural Hall of Fame is Michael Vick.
Okay.
Michael Vick, from Virginia. I forgot exactly the name of the city. I think it might be Newport News, but I could be wrong. Went to Virginia Tech, blazed it up there, went crazy there, went number 1 overall to Atlanta Falcons. So you got this running quarterback who's very, very dynamic, goes to the blackest city. It makes them relevant, right?
Facts.
And I'm talking about Michael Vick was a highlight machine, you know what I'm saying? Like a great, like he made watching football fun because he do all these crazy things. He'd run, he'd throw the football 60 yards. It may not have been accurate, but he threw it. But the thing about Michael Vick, I think if you ever looked at the history of the Atlanta Falcons, there's not a player more dynamic. Not more than Michael Vick.
Mm.
It's a lot of the Atlanta Falcons ain't really got the most richest football history. So
true.
So for Michael Vick to be your best player and he wasn't there long and then he got arrested, you know what I'm saying? We ain't here to rehash that whole thing. But just his time in Atlanta being the center of what it was in the early 2000s with the rise of Atlanta rap at the time too.
Right.
So that's what makes him synonymous with just the culture.
Mm-hmm.
You got Ludacris, you got Outkast, you got all these guys wearing number 7 Atlanta Falcon jerseys.
Yep.
Because Michael Vick, I think put on for the city in a way, even though he's not from Atlanta, but just being like that face of the franchise. And then at that time, and then the things that he did. And if you look at Michael Jackson, right? Michael Vick's statistics. That's why I was about to say Jackson, but I was trying to say statistics, and my brain went somewhere else. But I just think with that, if you look at his stats, he's not top 10 and nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Probably rushing yards, but that's not a traditional QB statistic. Mm-hmm. So definitely Michael Vick, man.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. All right, so for my first one, I only got 2. But for my first one, I'm actually going Steph Wardell Curry. I don't know if I said it right. Stephen Wardell. Wardell. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, it's Wardell.
Wardell Curry.
I want to hear this.
So coming out of college, and I forget the college. Davidson, right? Mm-hmm. Terrible scouting report. Mm-hmm. Too small, can't run offense, all kind of stuff, right? Okay. Goes to the Warriors. I think he plays, but he sits for a few years. Then all of a sudden, my man's start going crazy. I'm talking about threes out the wazoo. He got the most threes ever in like the least amount of games or some shit like that, right? But for whatever reason, him shooting threes from half court from long range has become so polarizing. Okay. That the way that basketball is played in high school and in college, at street ball, all kinds of stuff. Everybody want to see if you can shoot the long three. Mm-hmm. It used to be the dunks, like who can get the best dunk, who can, take it to the hole, all of that. But the culture of basketball, I feel like, has changed because of the way that Steph Curry shoots his shots and does it with such confidence that he's at a point now in regular season games he's shooting and turning around and running to the other side of the court before it go in. I'll be seeing the kids do that on Instagram all the time now. Like, that's crazy to me, right?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, right, now he doesn't have the most sexy signature shoe.
Oh, definitely don't.
Definitely not, right? Not. But Under Armour is about to pay him $1 billion. $1 billion contract just to stick with them. So I heard a story. He had a meeting with Nike, right? Mm-hmm. But I guess the presentation that they were going to present to him, it was going to be the same one that they presented Kevin Durant, but they didn't take Kevin Durant's name off. So they showed him the presentation with Kevin Durant's name. So he left and then went to Under Armour.
Nike, you know how nasty that is?
That's insane.
That's nasty.
That's insane, right?
Yeah.
So with that, I know LeBron is the face of the NBA. Cool. Mm-hmm. It has been since he entered. Mm-hmm. Cool. LeBron got these LeBron is worth $1 billion now. All these deals outside of basketball, which I think is phenomenal. Shout out to him. But nobody's talking about Steph Curry's, at least with Under Armour.
Well, nah, because them shoes is trash.
I mean, that's fine, but I mean, shit, I ain't gonna wear them either. But I'm just saying, I didn't even know Under Armour wore shoes. I mean, made shoes. But anyway, so yeah, like the cultural impact on the game of basketball that Steph Curry has bestowed upon the game.
Yeah.
I think is enough, honestly, to put him in the Cultural Hall of Fame.
I got you because, like, yeah, even though Steph has great career accolades that will eventually get him to the Hall of Fame, honestly. I mean, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, like all those points you stated, like, I can't really argue against that. I want to hate because he likes me. But, no, shout out to Steph, man. Steph is one of the ones, man. He's, like you said, transcended the game in a way where, you know, it started to change the style of play, and he's the focal point or the face of that.
And he worked toward it. Like, he wasn't like that in college. He wasn't like that in high school. That's something that he worked towards. So, I that's great, man. That shit's dope.
Oh, yeah. Let's try this. Entry number 2 for me. You gonna like this one.
Uh-oh.
Willie Norwood Jr. Ray J. Yeah, man. I mean, now let's get into Ray J's resume, right? Ray J being the younger brother of Brandy, who was already an established artist, established actress, just running around in those streets of L.A. at that time. Ray J cultivated a lot of relationships, one being with Suge Knight, and him being, I guess, signed to Death Row in that way. Mm-hmm. But Ray J being around so many different instances in pop culture, him pretty much making a 20, 25, 30-year career off of what exactly is very interesting.
Who knows?
But Ray J moves the needle of pop culture.
Yeah.
He really does. When you can say that he built 2, I wouldn't say $1 billion franchises because I'm not sure what one of these is worth. Mm-hmm. But he saved the Breakfast Club, and people Charlamagne, Envy, and, you know, formerly Angela Yee will tell you that the Ray J interview got them where they needed to go. Charlamagne, We Live is infamous. It's infamous. The Ray J rant is infamous, right? And then the Kardashian effect.
Oh, man.
Started because of a sex tape between him and Kim. Like, Kim was Brandy's stylist, and then that's how they wound up dating.
That's crazy.
And then you put out a tape, and Ray J lives forever because of that tape. Mm. And then, not to mention the Love and Hip Hop bags, the actual investments that he's in, Raycon and all that stuff. Like, remember the glasses?
Oh yeah, I remember.
Nasty work.
They don't break.
But let me show you how polarizing Ray J is, right? The verses, Marion and Mario. Mm-hmm. What did we leave talking about? Probably the most. Oh
man, what?
Ray J. Ray J's one song, Those Antics.
It's true. It's true.
Ray J is probably known more for the other stuff than actually his music. Mm-hmm. Like, I can probably name 3 Ray J songs. 3.
I think I got 2.
I got One Wish, I got Wait a Minute, and then I got I Hit It First.
Oh, damn.
Everything I've
never even listened to I Hit It
well,
First.
maybe Sexy Can I. Okay, that's 4.
Okay. Oh, damn. How I forget that? I like that song.
That's all he got. But yet, he's still outside, though. Like, yet Ray J is still outside, man.
On top of all of that, like, you mentioned the Raycon, but Scooty bikes, that's a thing. Like, that shit going crazy over in California. Like, I don't even know what the hell that is, but
he's a part of it. And then think about it like this. We got on Jack Harlow about this, but Jack Harlow actually has a point, though. Jack Harlow's 24. You can live in a world where you didn't know Ray J and Brandy were siblings.
I
know we gave him shit because he's white, but it was like the white and he's young. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't really...
Because it's very possible.
I give it to him because he's young, not because he's white.
Okay. But no, it's very possible that you cannot know that they are siblings. Because Ray J has established himself so much away from his sister.
It's true. It's true. We know him as Brandy's brother because when we was growing up, we saw him acting, we saw him with Brandy a lot. Like, we knew that. But to somebody like Jack Harlow, who's 24, he's seen Ray J with Lil Kim,
Love and Hip Hop,
with Love and Hip Hop, all that. Like,
nigga dated Whitney Houston, bro.
That's insane.
Nah, he was the last boyfriend, but that is Ray J, man, put him in the Coach Hall of Fame,
Talk
man.
about it. Talk about it. All right, Fire Pete. All right, so for my next one, now this is somebody who for honestly forever, at least up until recently, has been deemed corny in the culture. But I feel like he has put on a lot of people and has been able to sustain himself since being a childhood star.
I think I know.
You know where I'm going?
Yeah, I know.
I'm going Nicholas J. Cannon. And I don't know if his middle name is Jay, but
it
sounds good. It sounds good.
Today.
It sounds good.
That
right?
did sound great.
Nick Cannon.
Okay.
Nick Cannon started out as a child star on Nickelodeon, if I'm not mistaken. All that grew up to be like a junior executive, like as a 20-something-year-old, but even as an adult, still is the executive over. I think still Nickelodeon, not Nick Jr., but Nickelodeon. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So still has a hand in that, even to this day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even with that, doing different things. And I watched the I forget the name of the documentary, the comedy documentary on Prime, but he had a hand, like he was able to.
He's EPing and stuff like that.
EPing that, but also he was able to establish himself as a comedian, doing like chocolate Sundays, I think it is, out in California. So being the whole comedian route, he was able to do that, right?
Yeah.
On up to the point where he created Wild 'N Out. Wild 'N Out has been on VH1 for I don't know how many seasons. All of our favorite comedians that we grew up with came through there. Kevin Hart, Cat Williams, Mikey Day, who's on like SNL now. Of course, the 85 South, Carlos, Chico, DC Young Fly, and countless others. Right?
Yeah.
Still a staple today. On top of that, he's been able to host numerous shows on NBC. One of which I think he's still doing now, maybe The Masked Singer or something like that.
Yeah.
All the while, I mean, on some cultural shit, had twins with Mariah Carey. And I hear his sniper list is insane, right?
Man, what?
Man, look, that's different. But for him to be able to sustain his career for as long as he did, and I'm kind of going to focus on Wild 'N Out now, but for him to be able to sustain Wild 'N Out for as long as he has, where it was where he owned it. He owned it for so long, and it's become $1 billion brand that VH1 said, "Hey, wait a minute, why don't we own this?" And they took it off the air for a while because of his anti-Semitic alleged comments on the podcast. But the brand was so strong that they were able to reach some form of agreement where it's back on TV now, and still putting on these newer comedians.
Yeah.
So Nick Cannon has been a staple in the culture for a very long time, and has also been able to use his platforms to catapult the success of other comedians that we know and love today.
Yeah, and even his Hollywood run was nothing to really sneeze at. I mean, now if you don't like the movies, that's one thing, but he was able to get the drum line.
Man, what?
Love cost the thing, and what, the Underclassmen?
Underclassmen, yes. Like,
So,
I didn't even get into that. And I know we talk about his music a lot, but the fact that he was even able to really have a music career, whether how long or short-lived it was, like,
truly
he was able to do
truly
it.
an entertainer and a great businessman
Absolutely.
of sorts, right? So,
Absolutely.
no, I have no quarrels with the Nicholas J. Cannon.
Nicholas J. Cannon.
He's Nicholas J. Cannon with
Word,
us, right?
from now on.
Nah, I fuss with that. So my last entry, maybe our last entry. Let's see if Johnny. I don't know if you know about this one.
Let's see.
Kimbo Slice. I don't know if you remember him.
I do.
Okay,
I remember.
okay.
But
Okay,
let me hear this.
Kimbo Slice, right? YouTube sensation when YouTube was YouTube.
Yeah.
It's not what this thing is now. YouTube, like you really had to fight for views back then. Like, you know what I'm saying? To grab our attention.
It's true.
But those backyard brawls went crazy. Those viral moments. So Kimbo Slice being like kind of like the face of that and kind of ushering in MMA in a different way. And I'm not saying MMA was never popular, but it definitely had a different spark when Kimbo came around, because they wanted to see if the backyard brawler could actually translate into the octagon in that way. So Kimbo was definitely for the, like, he was us. Like, he was even from Miami. He was back fighting backyards in Miami.
So I didn't realize that he was a street fighter first before. I
Yes,
didn't know that.
yes.
I did not know that.
But he came from YouTube. That's why
That's crazy.
he's going in the culture.
Oh no, that's fine.
like,
Automatic.
So
first ballot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
First ballot.
Now, granted, his MMA career wasn't that of, what we saw in the backyard, because there's a little bit more. It's more junkyard. It's not that much technique.
Right.
But Kimbo Slice was like boogeyman. Like you was like, hey, yo,
Yeah, oh,
wow,
man, what?
Ain't fighting now. Like this
Not at all.
So Kimbo, hey man, rest in peace for you, bro. But you definitely deserve a spot in the Cultural Hall of Fame, because we're not gonna get too many other instances of that. I think you never really seen too many instances of like kind of like the reality TV YouTube guy being plucked from YouTube or reality TV to actually go into the ring.
I hate to. I'm not even gonna compare this, but
Like the Jake Paul.
that's the only similar.
But
I'm not saying the same.
But he's a YouTuber that started that way. You know what I'm saying? Like the only reason Kimbo Slice was on YouTube because he was fighting. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like YouTube, like he was on. He was fighting on YouTube. His fights just happened to get more plays than everybody, more clicks than everybody. I think that might have been around the time, the early days of World Star as well too. So you got to think about World Star extracting your shit, putting it on their site, and then on top of YouTube.
Right. Damn. No, that's crazy.
No, shout out to Kimbo Slice, man.
Word, man. No, that's fine. I love that pick. I love all the picks, but that was hard.
But no, people, that was definitely our Cultural Hall of Fame. Please let us know about the picks, and then let us know about anybody that you would induct into the Cultural Hall of Fame.
We're gonna have to revisit this because I know I got some more, but these are the two I came up with for this iteration.
I got you.
So,
I got you. We
bet.
can make it a thing, man.
Turn up. I like that. All right. So if you're on YouTube, we appreciate you for rocking with us this long. Hit the comment section. Let us know about any of the topics we talked about today. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. We got updates coming every week. We love y'all. Catch y'all next week.
Chill.
Now, if you're on audio, you know what time it is.
Song of the
You
week.
want to take it first?
Yeah.
You are now listening to Oversaturated, the podcast hosted by Johnnie and Ralph. Now let's get it.